difference in the way we're about to describe, but one little girl has already spoken up about her current situation of sexual abuse after being shown this book. Now, it's called A Secret Safe to Tell. A beautifully illustrated book, encourages and empowers kids to speak up if someone is touching them in a way that makes them feel uncomfortable. Now, the author of the book, Naomi Hunter, uses her own experience as a guide to help children break that silence, and very pleased to say that Naomi's on the line. Hi, and thanks for joining us.
Hi, thank you so much.
It's great to talk to you. Now, it touches on your own personal experience as a young girl. How young were you at the time?
My own personal experience, I probably started when I was about 3 to 4 years old.
Right.
And it went till I was about 10 years old. So
Okay.
It was quite a long experience. Yeah.
Family member?
I would, probably not like to disclose that on the radio. But yeah.
That's okay.
Someone close to our family and, as in many cases.
Now, I'm thinking, I'm sure my listeners are too, how does a 3 or 4 year old deal with that?
It's a huge challenge. It just becomes normality, actually. You think that that's part of your daily life, and you don't understand at that young age that that is not a scenario that is normal or something that you have to keep a secret.
Yeah, so what does the book say to kids? And it'd have to be said in a sensitive way, I'm sure, that might be in such an awful circumstance at the moment themselves.
Yeah, I think it just encourages children to recognise that scenario, or in any scenario where they find themselves feeling really worried and being told that they can't share that worry. So the book encourages them that if someone is saying, you can't tell this secret, that any secret that is worrying you shouldn't be kept.
Yeah, exactly.
You can share it, so, yeah.
Yeah, look, I think we're all trying to come to terms. I certainly am trying to come to terms. Jimmy Savile in the UK it turns out, was just a hideous human being, and Rolf Harris, who is now in jail. And what I'm trying to figure out is how it can go on for so long without someone coming forward. And now the people are coming forward now when it's obviously too late. So therein lies the problem, Naomi, surely.
Absolutely. This is a very big reason why I did the book. If we can save children at a young age from experiencing this scenario, first of all, recognising it and then speaking up as it's happening, it saves them a whole lifetime of pain and of grief and of loss of what they could have enjoyed. That's a big passion of mine, to reach many children so they recognise what's happening.
Yeah, because you hear this story so often with this, and honestly, when you delve into it, they haven't finished in the UK yet, by the way. There's a few more high-profile people to come out of that particular investigation.
Yeah.
And when you hear the stories, it's often the case that a little person will go to mum or dad and say, I'm Uncle so-and-so's touching me and I don't, and they go, oh, nonsense, go away. You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, that is so prevalent. The statistics are about the second to third person that a child will tell, that's when action actually occurs. And that was definitely the case in my situation. So it's really important to take these things seriously if the child is coming to you with these concerns, to take it seriously. Yeah,
it must have been tough to write the book, Naomi. Yeah.
Do you know what? It was such a huge relief in my own healing journey. I wrote it after I had my daughter because I was having incredible flashbacks and things surfacing after I had her, and this was just a part of, I did a lot of songwriting and poetry writing, and then I just had this passion. It just grew, and I was like, I've got to write a book to help people out there, not just children, not just to educate them on this scenario, but to also help heal adults and make them feel less isolated. Yeah. Because often we go through it and we think, we're the only ones, and we have all these horrendous things to deal with, anxiety and depression and grief and loss and all those things that go with it. And you live with it for so long, and you always feel like you're the only one and that you've caused it yourself.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Again, how often do you hear that story, that the person who's been abused ends up thinking it's their fault?
Yes, and you just can't help not feel that. So I thought if I could write a book that could be in people's homes and break that silence and break that taboo and break the hideous disgust that comes with that, with sexual abuse, and make it okay for people to talk about. Because I'm finding that the more people that are willing to talk about it, the more empowering we're all becoming. And I'm getting so many messages from women and parents and, caregivers and teenagers everywhere, all over Australia and America and the UK and everywhere, that are reading it, just thanking me so much for actually breaching this subject and making it safe to talk about, because people want to know how to talk about it now so that it doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, well, just let me read this. And it says, it happened when I was little, always when we were alone, but sometimes he did things that worried me and made me feel completely strange on the inside. I thought games were supposed to be fun. And again, how often do you hear that story that the perpetrator says, oh, well, let's play a game?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah,
it's done in such a way that it's giggly and fun, but it sort of feels a bit wrong at the same time, and it's a very confusing mixture of emotion. So hopefully this book tries to demystify that for children and parents, so that it starts the conversation and it starts the dialogue happening about how to keep themselves safe and how to recognise in themselves if something is worrying them, something doesn't feel right, that it's really safe to tell someone that you trust.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, how much can you tell me about the little girl who's already spoken up about her experience?
I actually can't disclose anything about that, but apart from the fact that it was an amazing moment for me as the writer of the book, and
sure,
for my husband as well, that our passion going into this was, if it just reached one person, that it was worth speaking up for. And when we got that message that this little girl had disclosed, because the book had been passed on from a friend to a friend that just happened to be sitting there, they picked it up, they took it home, had a read of it, just to do that, start that conversation with their children, and it turned out that she was suffering from this as well. So it was a really great moment for us.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
And how much of it, Naomi, was after you had your own little girl, you thinking, well, I don't want this to happen to her?
Oh, so much. Like, just, to spare her, the memories and the trauma of what I've been through, such a motivation in itself.
Okay. Where do my listeners find your book?
They can find it on my Facebook page. They can purchase it directly through me, and I can write them a little personalised message if they like.
Right.
So you can find me at facebook.com, Naomi Hunter Author.
Right.
That's my official author page. You can Google A Secret Safe to Tell, and the Facebook page will come up for them.
Right.
You can get it from my publisher's website, the JoJo website. That's JoJo.
Any number of places.
Or they can order it through their bookstore, their local bookstore. So
fantastic.
Fantastic. What they'd like.
Many, many ways to get it, and a very important book indeed. A Secret Safe to Tell is what it's called. Naomi, thanks for your time.
Thank you so
Great to
much.
talk to you.
I'm really grateful for this time.
Oh, and congratulations. No, never mind that. Congratulations to you for writing the book. Good on you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay, bye. Naomi Hunter, the author of A Secret Safe to Tell. Google it, you'll find it. It's 5:25. Now, it just occurred to me, my friends, it would be remiss, would it not? I'm doing the music quiz on Carlos Santana, and I mentioned to you...